Yeah, sure. I'm in Denmark, so it's 8 p.m. here. So I got some lights going on here just so you can see my face. Yeah, so I've been doing online stuff for quite a while. I started an e-commerce site in 2008, and I stopped doing that in 2011, and did a few other e-commerce projects along the way. But I started doing SEO with my own little agency for 7 years. Did link building, technical SEO, and it just made a lot of sense to sometimes link to my own stuff when I got some good opportunities. So I started building out a portfolio of sites like around 2012, I think. So gradually I switched out all the clients to now do 100% my own stuff, just my own niche sites or authority sites or whatever people want to call these sites. Yeah.
Cool. And how many sites do you have these days?
I just sold a whole bunch, but they were more like supporting sites. So I would say, or maybe I should say, I'm actively building like 4 or 5 sites right now that are bigger sites. And then I have maybe 3 or 4 more passive sites that are smaller.
Okay, very good. And the height, like how many sites did you have in your portfolio?
Yeah, so at one point, since I've been doing SEO for quite a while, I had my own sort of PBN kind of thing, but it was pretty small. But it was maybe around 20 or 25 sites that I also use for my clients and also to exchange links and so on. So yeah, so right now I think I'm sitting on maybe 15, 20 sites, and I sold 2 big ones and just a lot of smaller ones. So that was basically more to start focusing on bigger websites.
Okay. And as far as, and I just want to like re-emphasize. So you started kind of doing some of this stuff in what year?
I would say I just looked up some some analytics numbers just to see when I actually built my first site. And I'd say I started getting serious with my own niche sites around 2012.
Okay. Cool. So you've seen some ups and downs and I guess some big penalties. We used to do things differently, and that's before my time, really. So
I also had some clients that I needed to clean up a bit. So yeah.
Cool. And like, do you remember how you first like got into like niche sites of any variety?
Yeah, totally. I had a good friend working maybe another company at Trustpilot. It's one of the bigger Danish companies. They're doing reviews for e-commerce sites. So it's a good friend of mine who started it. And so I know some people in there. And so somebody in there, or my friend in there was sitting next to this dude who was doing like an affiliate site. And he told me, oh, this dude is doing like 3 or 4K a month. So it just sounded super cool. And then I looked up the site and I thought, well, I could totally do this better, you know. It was a very old site. So I started immediately building something similar. And that was actually one of my first successes. So that's how I got into it. And then I also stumbled over Pat Flynn way back in the Smart Passive Income blog when he started popping up everywhere.
Okay, cool. And did you follow his blog or the podcast first?
I think I quickly went on to the podcast. Yeah, also because there was something I can do on my bike and, you know, everywhere in the car and so on. So I typically just loaded up a whole bunch of stuff on my phone and then I could go listen to it.
Cool. Yeah. And I got my start like listening to the podcast and then found the way to the blog. And I think I probably spent more time on the podcast. Like you said, you can do other things at the same time. So yeah. As I was working, you know, my corporate job or commuting or whatever, running, I would like listen to internet marketing strategies.